Hey friends, it's Manii and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Y'all, this week is something different. I'm bringing back another story time. I've done 2 story times on my channel before, but nothing quite like this. This one is like really personal, and I just never thought I'd be sitting here telling this story time. But then I was thinking to myself, like, what other videos should I do? And I'm like, this was a moment in time that happened, but let me see if everybody wants to see it like as a story time. And y'all did. So I made a poll. Y'all voted yes. Well, all of y'all voted yes. I don't think nobody said no. So here we are. I'll be lying if I said that I'm not a little nervous to do the story time, only because like I said, this is really personal, but on top of that too, you just never know who's watching my videos. Like, you never know who is tuning in and stuff. Like, what if the dude is if he's watching, then hey, but just know that nobody's gonna know who you are unless they know the story. But I'm gonna try to be as detailed as possible without exposing anybody, if that makes sense. Or like, not exposing because he's out, but just, you know, putting people's business out there and stuff like that, because this is my business. First and foremost, this is my business. It just happened to be shared between me and somebody else. So I didn't ask him for permission to make this video because we don't talk anymore. But we're gonna get into all of that, why we don't talk and all of that stuff. So if I look like I'm dressed a little bit like so professional, just know I'm about to go to work. So I just, you know, got dressed so that I can, like, after this video, get up and go to work. But besides that, I hope everybody's day is doing amazing. I'm doing lovely right now. Before we even get to the video, stop the video right now. Stop it. Stop. Go down below. Hit that thumbs up button. It really means a lot to me, and it shows me that you're loving these type of contents. If you guys want to see more story times from me, just let me know down in the comments down below. I'm always down to do story times. My life is a movie. I'm gonna give y'all some suggestions if y'all want to see more story times and stuff. But while you're also down there, subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you never miss an upload from me ever, because content is coming, baby. We on a roll. I may be a little late, a couple days here and there, but I'm back on a roll. For the most part. If you haven't checked out my video from last week, please go do so. I did a unpopular opinions video, things that just made no damn sense to me. And I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all can relate. So just go check out that video, then come back to this one, because that one was actually pretty funny. So check that one out, come back to this one, because this one is not gonna be as funny. It's just gonna be more juicy. Without further ado, let's get into this story time. It's been a while since I said that one too, but let's get into the story time. It's too hard. Taking is too hard. All right, y'all, so this story is gonna take place, I think it's 2017, because that's the year that I lost my virginity. So this story time is taking place in high school. I think I was a sophomore or a junior. I believe I was a junior in high school, or entering my junior year. It's like the beginning of junior year. And I was coming into this school year like feeling more open and more free with myself, because 2 years prior to that, and as a freshman, I wasn't fully out yet. I was still dating girls and stuff like that. But, you know, this junior year, like, I felt more like myself, because I came out, and then, you know, I was finding people, I was talking to people, meeting, and, like, you know, having fun. So I'm gonna give him a name. So his name would be, I'm gonna say Jack. His name is Jack, okay? For the purpose of the story time. His real name is not Jack, y'all, so don't even try. His name for the video is gonna be Jack. All right, so I met Jack on Snapchat. So I had randomly got like an ad on Snap, and I was kind of confused because it said we had mutual friends and stuff. I ain't never heard of this person before, like his actual name. Like, I ain't never seen his name before, like in my school. So I'm like, how does he know me? So I add him back. And then like a couple minutes, probably like 10 minutes after I added him back, I texted him like, yo. And then he was like, yo. And I'm like,
do I know you? Do I know you? How did you get my Snap?
You know what I'm saying? Because my Snap is actually private. It's not, well, not private, but you have to add me. I think he just did it through like quick add or something based on like your mutual friends and stuff. So he was like, oh, I seen we had mutual friends. And I just, you know, added you because, you know people that I know. So I'm like, oh, cool. Like, you know, who's the people that you know? And then he starts listing probably like 4 to 5 people but two of them really caught my attention because I'm like, yo, they are my friends. Like, those two are my friends. Like, especially one of them. One of them was like my brother. He was in my clique with like my other group of guy friends. Like, he was with us. We don't hang out as much now, but definitely he was with us in that clique. So I'm like, oh snap, like, you know X, Y, and Z? He's like, yeah, we used to I'm giving so much information, y'all, and I hope this doesn't backlash out. I hope I don't get like cursed out or something, but I don't care. I'm like, all right, so you know X, Y, and Z? He's like, yeah, I know them. I'm like, oh, that's crazy, because you know I go to school with them. He's like, oh, where, like, you go to school with them right now? I'm like, yeah, like, we're in high school together. Like, I'm literally sitting next to him like right now type shit, you feel me? So we're actually friends. And he's like, yeah, me and him was actually really close friends too. Like, we're like brothers type shit. Like, I've known him since we was like youngins, and they've been dancing together since they was like kids and stuff. By the way, sidetrack, I wouldn't say this is like my first love. That's why I put quotations. It's not like my first love, but the first dude I was kind of like head over heels for, if that makes sense. Like, I actually seen like crazy tendencies that I was doing that was not healthy. That's why I say love, because only love will make you do this type of stuff. But so he's like, yeah, like, you know, we grew up together, this, that, and the third. I'm like, oh, so like, you know, what's your name? Maybe like I know of you because our mutual friend, like, I knew he was a dancer and stuff like that. So he had like a group of dancing friends. So I'm like, I've seen like a group of y'all, but I don't know who I'm talking to specifically, if that makes sense. I'm like, send me a picture of you. So he sent me a picture of not only him, but the group of the guy friends. And I seen him. I seen the friend that like one of my friends, our mutual friend. I seen another one of our mutual friends, and then two more people that I did recognize. I only recognize them because I've seen them dance with my friend, obviously. But he was like, oh, I'm the guy that they're holding. So they was holding some dude, and he was cute. He was cute. I can't even lie. He was cute, and he was tall, and he was masculine, and he had like a little femme side, and he, you know what I'm saying, he was a nice package. So, and plus he danced, and I love to dance too. Well, used to. Well, I still kind of like dancing, but not as much as I did in high school, but I like to dance. So it was like we had something in common. So we started kicking it, we started talking more, and we're texting like damn near every day now. And it's to the point where it's getting a little weird because we stopped texting and we started sending snaps. And I used to do streaks. With people like back then. So I would send them a snap, and like our score number whatever would go up. So we wasn't doing streaks, which is why I felt it was kind of weird that we were sending snaps back and forth to each other. So we would just send like regular stuff. Like, I'll send him a picture of me. I'll be like cheesing, smiling, and I'll be like, oh, I just left school, or I'm at lunch, like, what you doing? Or he would send me a picture. He'd be home playing the game. He'd be like, oh, I'm on the game right now, like, you know, chilling. How's your day? And we'll just be having regular conversations, but through the pictures on Snap. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about, through like Snap pictures. This is all gonna play a role, so stay with me. And I thought it was a little weird, but I didn't think nothing much of it, because I'm like, he's cute and I'm cute, so me sending him pictures, he probably gonna think that I'm cute or something. I don't know. But I thought he was straight. The way he was just talking to me, like, he didn't really entertain anything that I would ever say, or like he wouldn't even like come off like that, if that makes sense. So I never came to him like that. So one day now, this is when the story starts picking up. So I'm home, I'm chilling on my bed, he's home, he's like on his couch or on his bed or something like that. We're sending snaps back and forth. I didn't have a shirt on because like during that time it was still a little warm, like it was transitioning into the fall, so it was still like a little warm and like cool outside, like, but I didn't have a shirt on, but I had like a robe. I had a robe but no shirt, and I had shorts. So I was laying in bed and I was sending him pictures and stuff, and then I noticed that he had a shirt on, keyword had, H-A-D, had a shirt on, but then after a while, after a couple of snaps of us going back and forth, the shirt disappeared. Don't know where the shirt went. Maybe he came out the shower, I don't know, but the shirt disappeared. Now he's shirtless, and I'm like, ooh, chocolate. I'm like, a nice chocolate. Chocolate! Y'all know, chocolate, like, it excites me, like chocolate men, ooh. Yeah, so I seen like his chest, and I'm like, ooh, I'm like, where'd your shirt go? He was like, oh, I just came out the shower, this, that, and the third, but you know, I'm still gonna send like pics, because this is how we be talking and stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I noticed he's going lower and lower and lower and lower. He's going from here to here to here and just keeps going lower with the snaps. Like with every snap, he was getting lower with the picture. If you know what I'm trying to say, getting lower and lower with the picture. And in my head, I'm like, this is a straight man. Like this is a straight man. Like this is my first encounter with a straight man like this. Like before this, I didn't really have no experience dealing with straight men. So this was kind of like a eye opener. Like I was shook. Why the hell is he sending me pictures of his chest and like his abs and everything? Like he's going lower and lower. So I started reciprocating the energy. One thing about me is I reciprocate energy all the way, whether it's good or bad. I'm gonna reciprocate that energy. So while he's doing that, I'm doing the same thing too. Lower, 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 lower. I'm such a flirt. I'm such a flirt. Then he gets to like his V-line area, right? He takes that picture. Once I see him take that picture, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? That's damn near where his dick is. Like, might as well just show me the whole thing. Like, but I didn't say all of that. So eventually he takes a picture, right? He snaps a picture of his ding dong. He snaps a picture of his ding dong, right? And he scribbles all over it. Scribbles all over it, but I could still see, like, basically I could still see it, but he just scribbles all over it. He's like,
I'm straight, but I'll let you see.
you're who, but you're what? You're what, but you're gonna let me do what? What's happening? Like, and then when I got that picture, I was shook. I was shook. Because the picture was only like 5 seconds. He put a 5-second timer on it. And I'm like, no! I'm like, no, come back, please. Like, I was just getting excited. No, but I had to replay the video. And I'm like, all right, let me see that again. And it looked good. Like, it was nice, it was a nice size. It was good looking. And it was chocolatey. And it was just nice. So I'm like, ooh. This is crazy. So I sent him a snap back. And I was like, I sent a picture of my face. And I was like, I didn't even know what I said. I just know I was shook. Then he sent me back another snap, and he sent like his pic. He sent like his face, and he was like, nah, I'm playing like da 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 da. I'm like, no, you're not playing. You wanted me to see that on purpose, boy. Don't do that. So then we started going back and forth, and then he ends up sending it again, but this time with no scribbles. He just sends it, and I'm like, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. That's how I was feeling. I'm like, this is my present right now. Like, I got a straight dude that's sending me pictures of his ding dong. Like, that's like a dream come true for me. Now, fast forward a little bit. So since we've been having like these picture, conversations and stuff, we've been getting like a little more intrigued in each other, I would say. Like, we was more invested in like finding out like more about each other's bodies and like finding more about each other's like personality and life and stuff. So we started getting deep. We started talking about like our family and stuff. I found out he had finally he had a sister. I think he has 2 sisters, but I finally had a sister, and he doesn't live that far. And I was like, oh snap, like, we should hang out one day and like, see how we vibe in person, because I found out we both smoke. That was the year I started smoking like heavy. I was like, I smoke, you smoke, so let's smoke. I'm like, whoa, I'm really falling for a dude that's straight. And I didn't know how to feel, because I didn't tell his friend, the mutual friend that we had. I didn't tell him only because like they are brothers basically, and he's one of my closest friends. So it's like, how is he gonna feel to find out one of his close friends and his brother is like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm gonna keep this a little secret between me and him. But me being the stupid dumbass that I was, I just had to tell somebody. Like I just had to, because I couldn't believe it. Like I just could not believe what was happening. And he had 2 other mutual friends that was in my school. One of them was a girl, and I went to the girl because like the girl's not gonna really care that much. So I went to her and I told her, I'm like, yo, you know Jack? And then she was like, yeah. And I'm like, tell me why we like low-key talking, but we're not talking, but we're talking and we're sending pictures and like, stuff like that. And she's like, no way, like I always thought he was low. And you know what's so crazy about that? Like, this is a theme going on for the story time. With him, like, everybody that we had mutual friends, like, our mutual friends and stuff, all thought that he was low. Which is the funny thing, because I didn't think that at first. But then after they said that, I'm like, I can deadass see like little tendencies. Like, he was like a little feminine. He was a goofball though. He was such a goofball. and I loved it. Fast forward. The first time we linked up, it was just like to feel each other's vibes. So he invited me over his house. So I went over to his house. We were sitting on his couch, and his sister was home. So we couldn't really do much. Like, I mean, we wasn't planning to do anything anyways, but his sister was home. So I came in, I met his sister. She was real cool. But we went into the living room and we started watching some show. So we watching the show, and then he starts rolling up. He got the, the stuff. He's rolling the stuff. We go into the staircase and we bun it up. So we bunning up, burning the trees and stuff, and we get back inside the crib. His sister comes out, goes into the kitchen, and she's looking at us, and we're looking at her, and we're like, girl, mind your business. He was like, what do you want? Go back to your room. All right, boom. Went back to her room. I think it was the weed, maybe it was something, but we just started kissing, light kissing, and light touching, and light everything, very light, because his sister is literally 10 feet away. His sister's literally in the room over there. So we're not trying to make nothing hot. And plus, mind you, this is the first time we're linking, you know what I'm saying? So it was not much, it wasn't a steamy yum, 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 yum. But it was a quick yum and kiss, and then we was grabbing. I ended up laying a little bit on his shoulder, but in moderation, because every time I heard a sound, I would put my head up and I'll be because he wasn't out, and I mean I was out, but I still was not trying to have him get caught, if that makes sense. So I was being respectful. That day ended up passing. Now the second time we linked, this is the day that I lost my virginity, and this can be a whole separate story time. I'm not even gonna lie, because this day was a wild goose chase. But I'm gonna just give you a light summary of that day. So the second time we linked, I had a half a day at school, and he didn't go to school that day. As soon as school ended, it was I think it was 12 o'clock or something like that. I zoomed out. I didn't say bye to nobody. I didn't say nothing to nobody. I literally just faded out of existence. People was looking for me high and low, but I literally just zoomed. I went straight over to his house. I'm like, I get to see Jack. I'm so excited. This, that, and the third.
That's my man, but that's not my man, but that's my man. I wish that's my man, but we could be our mans, but we're just not ready to be men yet. Feel me? So
he ended up calling out of school because he knew that I had half a day. And I said call him out of school like it's a damn job, but he didn't go to school because he knew I had a half a day. He knew he wasn't gonna get out of school in time to meet me, basically. So he stayed home, which is so sweet. He stayed home, and he texted me when I was on my way. He was like, oh, by the way, we ain't got no hot water in the building for this, that, and the third, but you can still come. And I'm like, why are you telling me that? It's not important. I'm still gonna come. He's like, oh, in case you wanted to shower or wash your hands or use the bathroom, I'm just letting you know there's no hot water right now. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Luckily, I showered before I came to school, so I'm like, ain't much really gonna happen anyways. So I just thought it was gonna be regular stuff. Mind you, since it's a half a day, I got there pretty early, so his sister was still at school, which is the prime reason why he stayed home, because he knew we would have probably 3 hours or so to ourselves before his sister came home. We used that time wisely, my friend. We used that time so wisely. This time around, we went straight to the room. We didn't even smoke. We didn't do none of that stuff. I came in, and the first time I never went to his room. We were just in the living room because his sister was in the room and they shared a room. And I'm like, ooh, it's a cute little room. So I ended up sitting on his sister's bed, but I didn't know whose bed is what. But I just took a seat, and he took a seat in front of me. So there's the two beds like this, right? And there's a space in the middle. So I come in, I sit on this bed, he sits on that bed. So we're looking at each other, and I'm talking to him. He was asking me about school, and we're just having regular conversation. I'm like, how was your day? This and the third. And when I got there, he was just getting out the shower. So I'm like, well, you looking a little fresh and stuff. He was like, yeah, I got out the shower, this and the third. I don't know if he smoked before I came, but I was sober. I don't know if he smoked or not, because he was actually on timing. So after a little small talk, we kind of already knew what we wanted to get on to. So he's like, why are you over there? You're so far, come over here. And I'm like, I'm far? He's like, yeah, come next to me. That's not even my bed. I'm like, oh, sorry. Something like that. That's not your bed. Let me get up. So I get up and I sit next to him, and we're literally side by side now, looking at each other. He's literally this close to my face, and we're talking, right? Eye contact and everything. This is so steamy. This is giving me flashbacks. But looking at each other, and I think I said something slick. I was like, you don't even want to know what I'm thinking right now. And he was like, what you thinking? And I'm like, I kind of want to kiss you. And then he was like, then do it. So I'm like, all right. So I lean in, and we kissing now. But this time it's a different type of kiss. Like, we is passionate. We is going in with the tongue. We is going in with the lips. We was going in. Like, mind you, we was kissing for probably like 5 minutes straight. And after that, like, I just start like putting my feet up on the bed, like, you know, getting comfortable. Cause mind you, I'm sitting like this off the bed, and we're like that, so we're kissing like this. So I'm here turning, I'm like, turning myself, and then I don't know, he just starts like leaning me back, and we're just kissing. I'm like, yum, 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 and I'm going all the way back, And now at this point, I'm laying down. Let me not even get in tune with the details of this, of that. If y'all want like a story of how I lost my virginity, then I can give y'all a story time on that. But just know we was getting busy. That was the first time I ever had sex, and that was the first time I ever gave head, and the first time I ever got head. So it was the first time for everything, literally, for me with him. And I felt so like magical. Like, I don't know how to explain how I felt. Like, I just felt so like I feel like a little prince.
Just like in my little other princess castle, just having anything I want, having it my way, like Burger King.
We almost got caught. We heard knocking on the door. I was prepared to jump out the window. I was prepared to fly through the window.